What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday, March 5th. Gonna go over tonight's slate, NBA basketball on FanDuel. Just go through a few players that I like, a few value plays for the night, and just talk about the slate in general. Yesterday I did okay. I didn't do like great, but Marcus Smart screwed me in a lot of my lineups. I rolled with him, and boy, oh boy, him and Karis LeVert. But it's another day. New slate, 4 games. You got Denver, Charlotte. You got the Clippers in Houston, Philly, Sacramento, and Toronto and Golden State. A few key things to look at tonight. You got Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverley going head to head. They hate each other. You got Paul George and Russell Westbrook, who used to be teammates last year, who split. I'm not saying that they hate each other, but there's going to be some bad blood there. You got James Harden, and Pat Beverley, who have bad blood. I don't know if you remember when Pat Bevs was being interviewed, and he was asked about James Harden, and he said, "I'll lock his ass up too." I'm pretty sure James heard that, and James is not going to take that lightly tonight. Houston is at home. I like Houston tonight. Again, I think Houston beat the Clippers early on in the season, if I remember correctly. But Houston is at home, so the Clippers is the better team overall, but I like Houston tonight. But anywho, let's get into the slate. Russell Westbrook, we're gonna start the point guard position. Russell Westbrook is the top point guard for the night, 10,600. He should have a great game against the Clippers tonight. I don't see Pat Beverley locking him up. He hates him, hates his guts. So, excuse me, look for Russell Westbrook to play extremely well tonight. For 10, I know he didn't play that good against the Knicks, but I see a bounce back. Even if he's missing, he's still gonna be aggressive as hell. So, look for Russell Westbrook to be probably the top scoring point guard for the night. If you look at everybody else up under him, he's 10 times better than everybody. Outside of Steph, Steph's only going to play about 25 minutes tonight. So if you want to spend $8,000 for somebody who's going to play 25 minutes, hey, go ahead. I wouldn't gamble on Steph. I would probably try to stay away from, if you're going to play like some 5-cent lineups, maybe a couple dollars, single entries, or 25 cent, 5 cent, yeah, you can play around and throw some Steph Curry lineups in there. But if in your main lineups where you're going to put the most money in, stay away from Steph. De'Aaron Fox, he's probable. He's going to play. You don't have to worry about that. It's just his abs, his stomach. Just a little tight. You get him a massage, get that rubbed out, and he'll be out there to play against Philly. Philly's good against guard and point guard position, but that was with Ben Simmons and Embiid. And that whole starting five being there. Josh Richardson, 3 of their 5 starters are out. So De'Aaron Fox is a solid pick tonight. If you were just thinking about, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna play? He's playing. Kyle Lowry next up against Golden State. When I said there's a lot of key things that was happening in tonight's game. Yeah, Golden State and Toronto played in the finals. Toronto won. They're in Golden State. Steph's back. It's gonna be a lot of hoopla about Steph. Steph wants some type of revenge, so he might, in those 25 minutes, he might light Toronto up. I won't be finding out, So look for Kyle Lowry to have a solid game if Van Fleet doesn't play. And I think Ibaka's going to be out. I think Van Fleet's questionable. So if they still have that same situation where everybody's injured, Kyle Lowry should have a good game. Jamal Murray, I'm not too fond of him tonight. He just hasn't been taking advantage of the opportunities that he's been getting lately. As far as like garbage teams, he should have destroyed Golden State in 37 minutes, but he didn't. He played 36 minutes against Toronto with all of those injuries and only had 28. Of course the Clippers hold him to 17, but then you get out there against Detroit and you only put up 39. It's good, but you should be well in the 40s with the lack of guard play over there in Denver. And y'all trying, it's the playoffs. It's the playoffs. They coming, they're right around the corner. So that little stretch, you should be hooping, and he's not. So I'm not too fond of Jamal Murray. But am I going to give him a shot in one of my lineups to start me off? Hell yeah. They're playing Charlotte. No defense. Brings me to Terry Rozier. Only guard over there right now. Him and fucking Cody Martin. Like, if Devontae Graham out again, play Terry Rozier. He's 5,800. Play him. Shake Milton going up against Sacramento. Again, you know the situation in Philly. A lot of injuries. He had his game wasn't so good against the Lakers. You know, after dropping 51 on the Clippers, I didn't expect him to come back and drop 51, but I thought he would have at least 35. But he didn't. But look for a bounce back game for Shake Milton tonight. I will have him in a few of my lineups. I wouldn't touch Jordan Poole because Steph Curry's back. And you look at the starting lineups and it says he's a shooting guard, then hey, she's starting shooting guard, and it's a possibility that you put him in, but I don't think he's going to take Damian Lee's spot. He's probably going to go back to the bench tonight. Steph Curry is going to play those 25 minutes, and he's probably going to get the other 20. You know, I wouldn't look for him. Reggie Jackson either. He's not going to play a lot of minutes. You know, you're going to come off the bench. He's going to give you 18 to 20, possibly, but he's not going to, you know, be a standout. It's not like a steal tonight. It's no injuries. You know what I'm saying? So, and he is kind of productive in those small amount of minutes that he plays. But then he also can come out and get you 9 like he did against his old team in OKC. So, you know, I wouldn't look at Reggie tonight. I would look towards Patrick Beverly. He hates Russell Westbrook. He can't stand James Harden. He thinks he's the best defender. He's gonna come to play tonight. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been playing well these last couple games, but tonight you can guarantee, you can bet your bottom dollar, or that Patrick Beverly comes out and plays extra hard, and they're gonna need him. So Doc Rivers is gonna play him. I wouldn't go any lower than that outside of Austin Rivers. If you want to take in consideration, he's going up against his dad. He might play better. He should play better. He's going to have a little edge. I don't know if he's going to get over 12 minutes, though. He's been playing 20 minutes here and there, and then he'll go drop down to 16 to 19 in the 20s. But, I mean, if you want to do a Westbrook, Austin Rivers stack, hey, you could possibly get away with it. That's the point guard position. Let's move on to the shooting guard position. So you got James Harden, top shooting guard for the night. No one down there is probably can top James Harden scoring other than Norman Powell and Lou Williams. But Lou Williams is not going to be able to do that tonight because everybody's healthy over there in LA. So Norman Powell has the best opportunity to match James Harden down there. But he healed again. De'Aaron Fox is there. He's going to be starting, but he's coming off the bench. You got to hope that he's hot. You know, I get him sometimes when he's hot. Sometimes I get 27 out of him, you know, but that's just that. But we all know what James Harden is going to do at home. Like I said, the Clippers, nobody can just guard that. Like 5 out. Excuse me. Nobody can guard that. Where everybody's just standing at the 3-point line. And you can't guard it all game. He's too good with the handle, and he can shoot. It's just too hard to guard. Kawhi, Paul, they can do a good job on him, but they're not going to be able to stop it all night. So he's 11,200. Solid price for James at home. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Look at the rest of these shooting guards. You know, other than James, if we're just going to cut James off, you're just going to not look at Van Fleet, not look at Devontae Graham. Both of them are questionable. Just take you there questionable. And remember what I told y'all about questionable. It's 50-50 chance that they play, and half the time they don't play. So I love Norman Powell. If Van Fleet doesn't play again, I love him. You know, no Ibaka again. Still know that Gasol is out, so he's going to play a lot of minutes. He's a minute whore. I love minute whores. Look at those minutes. 36, 40, 38. I'm not even looking at that shit over there. I know it's going to be in the double digits. You know you're going to get points at that shooting guard position. So you can do a James Norman Powell stack. You can do a James Cody Martin stack. I like Cody Martin tonight again. You don't have anybody there at home. He's the best out of the twins, the Martin twins, because he got a twin that's played small forward position. He's the best one, but the other twin, sorry about that. The other twin, you know, is going to get minutes tonight as well, you know, but don't pick the wrong twin. This is the one, the shooting guard. He's the best one. I watch Charlotte games a lot. He's the best twin. Other than that, I wouldn't go any further than my boy Cody. You got Cork Mass right there. Who's just like a firecracker. He might pop for you tonight if you like putting together a lineup and you ain't got enough. You ain't like, you got one shooting guard position left over and you got 4,100 exactly. And Cork Mass just sitting there smiling at you. And put him in, but yeah, I wouldn't bet on. Only two people I didn't mention, Gary Harris, who's been coming on lately. I mean, I don't know if you want to call that coming on, but from what he was doing, if you look at this garbage down here, yeah, Gary Harris is garbage to me. And, but he can have one of those nights. It's just at any given time, you just have to guess right. I'm not trying to guess. I want to go with the obvious. My other one was Alec Burks, who he's not doing what he was doing in Golden State. I don't even have to show you his numbers. It's not the same. I don't know if Philly just not letting him go like Steve Kerr was letting him go, but not the same. And then Bogdanovich, he got a great position tonight. He's starting at 2 guard. He's 5,000, but he just hasn't been performing. So, I mean, that 36 he dropped on Washington, which is out of nowhere. If you look down, he hasn't been performing. So could that game have been a turnaround game? Possibly could. He could go on like a 2-3 game streak where he just lighten it up, man. You missing out. He's 5,000. So, look out for that as well. All right, let's move on to the small forward. So at the small forward, we got the top fours: Pascal, Andrew Wiggins, Tobias Harris, and Paul George. Those are the top 4 small forwards for the night, regardless how you want to look at it. They're going to be up there. In what order, I don't know. But I'm going to go with what makes sense. Tobias Harris. Makes sense. No Embiid, no Ben Simmons, no Josh Richardson. They're going up against Sacramento. Philly doesn't play good on the road, but Tobias is all they have. So I'm locking them in a few lineups. Maybe 2. I don't want them to screw me. Tonight in this short slate, you want to do like 4 lineups, but 3 lineups, but you want to get those 3 lineups in a bunch of different tournaments. You know what I'm saying? So Tobias might see 2 of my lineups, and I might take him out of 1. Then we're looking at Paul George at this weird ass price again, 6,900. So weird, man. But when you look at his numbers, he hasn't been performing like he should be. You know what I mean? So I see why he's 6,900, but the statue of this game, this playoff, possibly some Western Conference Finals, which is not gonna be, but a possibility it could. You're looking for Paul George to come to play tonight. Wiggins should play better with Steph back. I might give Wiggins a try. He's 7,900. I hate his price, but I wish he was more like Tobias Harris, Paul George, and I would really love him. But he should play solid with Steph Curry back tonight. And Steph's only playing 25 minutes, and they're at home. And he's from Toronto, so anytime he's playing up against him, he's probably gonna come and play. Siakam up there is the top power forward for the night. He's probably a 40 points waiting to happen. But you got guys up under him that can get you 40 as well. That's cheaper. So, if you can fit him into a solid lineup, get him in there. Now we got OG, who, like I say, is just like Norman Powell. Those injuries are, at the end of when the slate starts, it's like still got like 4 hours and 44 minutes. Those injuries are good to go. Stick Anunoby and Norman Powell in the lineup. They playing against a garbage-ass Golden State team. I don't care that Steph is coming back. They still garbage. You know what I'm saying? Will Barton has been disappointing, but at any given time, he can pop for 40 fantasy points just out of nowhere. Charlotte has no defense. It's a great matchup. He's 5,400. And I don't know if you looked at his numbers, but not regular Will Barton numbers. I don't know what's wrong, but got the perfect opportunity down there. You're like the 3rd best player. Him, Jamal Murray, and Jokic, and he's not showing up. Miles Bridges, same way. I don't think I would stay away from him. I mean, he could have a solid game, but I'm just not about to find out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want 26 fantasy points in my small forward position. I want 40s and 50s. You know what I'm saying? And down here, when you go down further, you're not going to get that. Glenn Robinson is a sleeper. He just dropped like 30 fantasy points the other day against the Lakers. So maybe he can get you another hot game. But Daniel House, again, he's another one who's going to get the minutes. But he has to be hot. He has to be hitting. And then he'll start playing defense and getting, just playing like he doesn't have a couple beads in his fucking braid up there. You know what I'm saying? He'll start playing like that. But that's the value down at the small forward. You still got Caleb. I'll show you his numbers real quick. This is the other Martin twin, the one that is the weaker twin. But he's still gonna play. He still is gonna play minutes if Devontae Graham is out because they don't have anybody. So that's the value I see down at the small forward position. Damari Carroll is back tonight, but who cares? And then Matisse Thybulle. Before I forget, he has been. I think he plays better with Ben Simmons out there, or like in B instead of like Tobias and Al Horford. But he's 3,500 and all the way at the bottom. You're gonna play some minutes. I don't think you need to go there. I don't think you should have to go there. All right, let's move on to the power forward position. So the power forward position is pretty ugly tonight. You got Kawhi and then a bunch of what ifs. So Kawhi is 9,200. That's a solid price. They're on the road though. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to get blown out, which I don't think they will. It's gonna be on TNT, primetime game, and Kawhi's the best player out on the court. So you want to get him in a lineup. You know what I'm saying? Lock Kawhi in. Houston cannot guard athletic wings at all. And he should get to the hole. He ain't got to worry about nobody blocking his shots. There'll be a lot of dunks and ones from Kawhi tonight. He gets a lot of rebounds. Just lock Kawhi in lineup. And just hope that he doesn't get injured. None of that load management shit anymore. You ain't got to worry about him sitting. He should kill Houston tonight. Covington is Covington is like my roll of the dice for the night because my roll of the dice player for the night only because he's going to be guarding Kawhi. Excuse me, going to be guarding Kawhi and Paul George. And I don't want to. He's a foul magnet. That nigga fouls a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you play Rob or do you take that chance and pray that he can get some steal? You know what I'm saying? He can take advantage of that momentum at home, or do you just leave him alone and you know what I'm saying? Like, chalk it up to Kawhi and Paul George working his ass out for the majority of the game. It's up to you. Al Horford, I love tonight. Even though Sacramento can guard the power forward position, he's going to be playing center. So they can't guard the center position. Al Horford should be a lock in your line. I'm not saying a lock, but you should get him in two of your lineups or a majority of your lineups because it's just going to be him and Tobias Harris. I wouldn't touch P.J. Washington tonight. If you want 27, 28 fantasy points at the power forward position, then yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond Green came back tonight just because Steph's playing. But if he doesn't, Pascal has been having some solid games. So look for Pascal if Draymond doesn't play. Harry Giles and Bijalika, I'm 50-50 on. I was on a Harry Giles bandwagon a few days ago, but he's just started to play downward because I think Alex Lynn is getting him, not a lot of minutes, but he knows that. I think Luke Walton knows that he has three big men to rotate right now. Excuse my baby's in the back, they're getting up, so I got to finish this up. Paul Millsap is a steal tonight. Look for him to have a great game against the Charlotte Hornets, somebody to start you off. And then Mike Scott is my sleeper for the night at the power forward position. He's going to play, and he has he has an upside against Sacramento. He gets hot. You already know what you can get out of Mike Scott. And then Rondé Hollis-Jefferson is down here too. I know he didn't play any minutes last game. Played like 7 minutes. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got injured, but look for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson to have a bounce back game because Bouchier, he might have his hands full down there with Marquise Chris and Eric Pascal. He could catch some quick early fouls. All right, let's move on to the center position. So Jokic is the number one center for the night. You already know why he's going to be in Charlotte. That's an easy 50 piece right there. Get Jokic in the lineup or two. If you can make it look promising. Marquise Chris has a solid matchup against Toronto, and he's been consistent lately. And his last 5 games, he's averaging over 30 fantasy points, or like just around 30 fantasy points. So Marquise Chris, I think it's a little bit under 30 fantasy points. Whatever, he's up there. Look for Marquise Chris to have a solid game, but his price is $6,100. So I don't know if you want to pay that when you got Montrezl Harrell right up under him for $5,700, and Montrezl can guard everybody on Houston. Like, he's not one of those centers that's gonna be big and slow. He's athletic, and he should have a field day with Houston. All right. And then my last center for the night is going to be Chris Bouchier. You take a chance on him with Golden State. He could get bullied around, but if you look at these centers for the night, only 3 make sense. Nikola Jokic, Montrezl Harrell, and Chris Boucher. Those are my picks for the night. My triplets are calling me. I hope this helped you all out. If it did, go ahead and drop a like, comment below. Let me know what I could be doing better. And then go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, good luck tonight, fellas. Same time tomorrow.